Hey guys! So today I would like to talk to you about what I was up to for 3 months in the fall semester and kind of the different activities that we were doing. Today I was going through a bunch of the old videos that I took while I was up there so I could snag some pictures for one of the property managers up there who wants to get a page started. And I stumbled across all of the videos from the Girls Appreciation Day, which is basically just what it sounds like, where the guys took a whole day to appreciate the girls. And we did the same for them. It's kind of a tradition for the Summit ministry to do that, and it's all student-led, so it's very neat and very real. So what the guys did for us was put on a whole day themed around the Chronicles of Narnia. And if you have ever read those books, you know the hope of finding the door to Narnia. Like, you should know that inexpressible feeling that one day maybe it'll happen. It's just a child in you dreaming. But they took that story and themed the whole day around it. So for breakfast, we woke up and they brought all the food and coffee and tea from the other building, which is where we ate and stuff, where all the food was. They brought that over to our dorms, and we sat in front of the fireplace we had there and ate breakfast, and it was like a breakfast in bed kind of thing. I wasn't there for that. I washed my phone. I sent it through the washing machine like an idiot, and I was so devastated because I'd lost all these videos that I'd been taking, and it was horrible. But we had to go in town and missed that part of it. But I ended up getting a lot of my videos back, so it was all okay. I think we got back from town around noon, lunch. So, can't remember what we did for lunch. I think we might have just had a normal lunch that day. And they let us eat first and all that, but that was what they generally did because they're just gentlemen. But after lunch, we had like an arts and crafts session. And it was so funny because one of the guys like led us through a craft with a mason jar and cotton balls and a candle in it. The candle was electric. And so you would like put glitter everywhere, the cotton balls, and he stood up there in front of everybody, was like showing us how to do the thing. It was just the funniest thing to have this manly man up there like taking us through a craft session. Then after that we decorated cookies with like all different colored icings, and it was so good. The cookies were so good. They made us wait though. They didn't let us eat them right there. They're like, we're saving them for later. It was terrible. And after we did all our crafts and everything, they kind of let us go and do our own thing, relax for the afternoon, like take a hike or whatever. But for dinner we had to get very dressed up, and it was like pampering time and being able to just hang out with the girls all together and do our hair and all that. While they got the dining room ready for the evening. So one of the guys comes over to our dorm and escorts us to the main building where we eat. And we walk in to the entryway, which is the game room, and he stands in front of all of us and is like, I'm sure you've all have heard this story before. And he begins to tell us the story of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And then he's like, so basically, like, follow me, we'll go into Narnia. And we're like, no way. So we walk up to where the stairs are, and there's a blanket in front of the entryway to the stairs. And then one of the girls pulls down the blanket, and there's like doors that look like doors from a wardrobe. And so one of the girls opens them, and we walk through the coats that are hanging there, and then there are tree branches that they've hiked up the hill and like cut down for us and put on the rails and everything to make it feel like we're walking into the woods of Narnia. And then we emerge from the woods and the music starts playing. Oh, it was so good. Oh my gosh. Like, if the music hadn't been there, it'd been still, like, totally impressive. But with the music there, it just, like, I was watching it back and it literally brought tears to my eyes. I was like, oh my gosh, they did so good. Oh my gosh. And then there's a scene, and one of the guys is acting as Tumnus, Mr. Tumnus, and one of the property manager's daughters is acting as Lucy. So they play out one of the scenes and they're by the lamp post, and it's just totally brilliant. And then we like go into Mr. Tumnus's den or whatever, which is just the couches all arranged. and another scene is acted out, and then they go and seat us at our tables, and we have little names in front of our plates. So our little name cards say Lady So-and-so, Queen of Narnia. So there's like Lady Renee, Queen of Narnia, and Lady Kinsey, Queen of Narnia. It was so lovely. And the lights all dimmed, and there are string lights hanging everywhere, and little snowflakes that are cut out in the tree branches, and it's all decorated beautifully. And all the guys are running around as their servers, like putting down a 3-course meal with this fancy raspberry drink. It was so good. Such good food too. Oh man. So my roommate was the biggest fan of the Narnia books. She's like the oldest girl in her family, so she was the one that like read all the books to her little siblings and still got to live in that childlike imagination with her little sisters. So this all was so very real to her, and it was so cool to see that like joy come out and like almost unable to be suppressed. It was so powerful in her. It was the coolest thing. Then after that we went back over to our dorms, and one of the guys read the last chapter to the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe to us, and it was heartbreaking, let me tell you, because Summit was really our Narnia, or a little piece of heaven that is unable to be reproduced anywhere else. And the magic of it was so real and so like that of Narnia that it just hit so home. Oh my gosh. And then after that we ate cookies and had a dance hall, and all the guys danced with us and everything, even though I'm not sure how many of them actually liked to do that. I'm also not sure how many of them secretly liked to do it and really loved the excuse. Leaving Summit was falling through the wardrobe door and realizing that you will never be the same person. You'll never be the person you were before you got there. And you'll never be the person you were while you were there. With the distance from Summit, I realized that while we were there, it was so easy to be challenged. It was so easy to live godly, effective, productive lives while you're walking with your brothers and sisters who are totally 100% striving after truth and goodness daily. It was so easy to be a good Christian, honestly. It's the best way to put it. It was so easy to be a queen of a land and to govern yourself with grace and wisdom. And it's so much harder to do that when you're not there anymore. But as the quote goes, "I am in your world," said Aslan, "but there I have another name. You must learn to know me by that name. that was the very reason you were brought to Narnia. That by knowing me here for a little while, you might know me better there. I don't mean to say that it's impossible for each individual to reach the standard that they had there at Summit, but I do mean to say that I don't think it'll ever be that easy again. But that wasn't the point of Summit. The point of Summit was to prepare each person, to show them who they could be in Christ, and then send them out into the world to bear that light to other people who don't get to experience things like Summit. That is a rare experience. But I feel like it's my job now to portray that that is what the Christian community is supposed to look like, where we're all like linked arms and pulling each other along, but combining our strength in such a way that makes us so unable to be combated because of our love and because of our strength and our conviction. Sorry, this got a little deeper than I was expecting it to get, but I wanted to let the people back home understand exactly what I was going through whenever I was in Colorado, and to kind of explain some of the weight of it that's really hard to explain. Once again, to the guys who put on the Girls Appreciation Day, like, massive thank you to you guys. And something that will be so treasured for the rest of my life. So, thank you so much. I know how hard you guys worked on all of that and how stressful it had to have been to put it all together, but it was so beautiful and so touching, and just something I know all of us treasure and will treasure for the rest of our lives. So that's all that I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this has blessed you, and I hope also that you'll have gotten a better sense for what I was up to in Colorado for that little bit. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.